against Ishpeming was one of the best individual performances we've seen in quite some time.
And Storey has been a big factor in Pickford's success, and he's not the first Storey to lead the Panthers to victory.
He's got a great role model in his older brother Jimmy that showed him what it takes to be successful, and he's taken that and ran with it literally.
At 4-0 and atop this week's UPSSA football poll, the Pickford Panthers have a lot to feel good about. Out on the practice field, you can find the team practicing like they still have something to prove.
Really, it's just getting better every single day that we are out there. We're not worried about the end of the season or where we'll end up. What we're worried about is getting better in this practice or getting better in this game. And then everything else at the end, it'll take care of itself.
The Panthers, fresh off a run to the state semifinals last season, return a lot of senior leadership, which has translated to the field.
We have an advantage of having a lot of seniors on the team this year who've got a lot of experience playing at the varsity level. Some of them have been playing for 3 years at the varsity level, and so we lean on that, especially in the games, making adjustments, things of that nature. They make those adjustments very easily.
One of those returning playmakers is senior quarterback Tommy Storey.
He's tenacious. That would be a good word for it. He's always going after it, whether it's in practice, working hard, or whether it's in the game, just bringing that spark to the team. That's how I would describe him.
Through 4 games this season, Storey has put up some eye-popping numbers. Storey has been efficient in the air, completing 17 of 23 passes for 354 yards and 4 touchdowns. But it's what Storey can do with his feet that has been the most impressive. He's carried the ball 52 times for 584 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns.
If you come to watch some of our games, you'll be able to see the physicality that he plays with when he's running the football. And really, it's inspiring to the guys that are all around him as well. So he brings that leadership through action, but also vocally, even off the field, even away from the football field. He's a great leader for our team, and kids look to him. When you have a quarterback that can run and throw the ball, it opens up your playbook tremendously. And it causes nightmares for other teams trying to figure out how to stop it. And an 8-man, you can't make very many mistakes on the field without a touchdown being scored. So it puts a lot of pressure on our opposing defenses.
From a football family, Storey is following in his older brother's footsteps. His brother Jimmy, a 2020 graduate, was a standout student athlete for the Panthers during his playing days. He was a 2-time All-State AP Player of the Year.
You know, they're different in the same aspect. You know, they both have a great work ethic. They both worked hard, and they had a drive to win. Their competitiveness on the field, you can't help but notice it. And so they bring that to the table. They both did. And I think it's a great strength for both of them as well.
Storey says growing up watching his brother play and succeed on the football field has been inspiring.
He always gave 100% all the time, and I try to do that as well. So, like, even when I watched a few of his practices, he never slacked off. He always did as much as he could 100% of the time. So.
And he's always willing to give Storey advice as he navigates through the ups and downs of a season.
Oh, definitely. He gives me advice all the time. In fact, he's helping coach, so I get advice from during practice too, and on the ride home from practice. And most of the time, it's just like little techniques he learned along the way.
With Storey providing the spark, don't be surprised if Pickford finds themselves once again contending for a trophy by season's end.
We talked about our goals at the beginning of the season. First off, we would like to win our conference, make the playoffs, and then make that push into the playoffs. Those are our goals, but we're not really focusing on the last goal. What we're doing, we focus on is just getting better. We work on the next game. That's where we got to get better, because if we can't get better in that game, those last goals, they won't be there. So we want to make sure that we're just focusing on the moment.